Oh, yeah, date with death. Here we go, beyond the bed. Hello, it is me, the Maiden of Ravens. How's it going? Okay, enough of this bit. This is getting old fast. Alright, a date with death, beyond the bed. Where's the file? I don't know. There it is. Alright, I wish we had a few more days together. Hello everybody, this is the Maiden of Ravens. Welcome back to A Date with Death. We're going with Beyond the Bet now, the DLC where you get a couple extra days with Death himself. And a couple of things do happen. Alright, I wish we had a few more days together. And this is now the point where... yeah. I can't speak English. So this just goes off of, like, I believe it's day 6? Yeah, because I think it's just the day before, like, you're at the end of the bed. Alright. You already planned to take the day off work today, which is lucky, really. Because you woke up this morning with something terrible. A cold. Your head hurt, your nose was stuffed, and your throat felt like you'd been swallowing gravel. But you hadn't, of course. That would be stupid. Yeah, totally stupid. You'd never eat gravel. Yeah, no, never. Totally not. You decide to stay in bed for the day and rest up. And it's midday when you wake up again, feeling bored and lonely. And what better to do when you're bored and lonely than chat with the guy who wants you dead? Hell yeah. Square, thank you. Where's my little reaper? Well, now we've met properly. I don't know if little is correct. I mean, you seem normal-sized. A normal-sized man. Or something. Anyway, I really am grateful for the flowers. I felt a little stunned yesterday, so I just want to make sure you knew. It was quite obvious. I saw your face when I handed them to you. Perhaps you'd already forgotten. I might be a bit of an airhead, but I remember that much at least. And I remember your cute face, too. Were you feeling shy? I think even your shoulders were blushing. Is that possible? Does my charm make your full body blush? What? It is unlikely that such a thing happened. I am the Grim Reaper, damn it, and Grim Reapers do not spend their time blushing. Maybe you're not like other Reapers. I am perfectly normal. Blushing is normal, I'm afraid. Perhaps the flowers are a bad idea. Well, I love them. You do? I told you that already, silly man. Silly man. I do not particularly like this nickname. You should listen properly, mister. I love these flowers. I don't know, I didn't know I could enjoy flowers so much. They're refreshing to have around. I'll be sad when they die. Well, perhaps someone will need to bring you more. Someone like... obviously someone immaculately handsome, charming, and perfect. Who could that be? Haha! It seems your memory is that bad after all. Still thinking, but there really is no one like that. Just kidding. I'm starting to think you have a kink for bullying people you know. Maybe it's you with the being bullied kink. I'm not judging. If anything, it shows we're super compatible. To be totally honest, I feel as if you have uncovered a new part of me. Wait, you agree? I was joking. Perhaps I enjoyed it somewhat. So he does like it. You're the only one in the history of my existence to treat me like this. Or like anything but someone to be feared. I mean, I'm someone to be feared. But mayhaps this is not too bad either. So, no, I will not agree that I have a mortal kink for a sunshine. But it is refreshing. This was way more honesty than I was expecting. I am astounded right now. I guess it's permission to keep teasing then. Sigh. Not to backtrack, but what did you say? I have a kink for bullying people? Honestly, Grimmy, you just make it too easy. It's fun. I like teasing you. You're feeling a hunger I didn't even know I had. And I've been absolutely starved, apparently. Well, fortunately, you are a capable mortal who can feed yourself. Aww, that's no fun, Grim. Come feed me. Feed you? Like what, like a child? I'm waiting for the airplane. You'll be waiting for some time. I'll get down on my knees and beg, pretty please. See, I told you, you make it too easy. It is not my intention. You just overwhelm me sometimes. It is a strange, boring feeling. No one has ever pulled at my heartstrings so. I'm the first. You should be careful there, Grimmy. A girl can misunderstand what you mean. You're trying to trick me for my soul again, aren't you? Right. Yes, I'm of course being a crafty Grim Reaper, because I want your soul, because that is my job. Of course. Feeling conflicted, Casper? Confliction is beneath me. I'm always sure of myself. Even when it comes to me? I mean, you really like the idea of feeding me. I told you, you're capable of feeding yourself. I never said I wanted to. I know you said and didn't say. But I think if I asked really nicely, you might. If something had a bowl full of strawberries, would you feed them to me? If you really wanted me to, perhaps. I'll say, then you pop it in my mouth. And what if I get hungry? Well, it'll be only right for me to return the favor. Open mind, Grimmy, I'll give it to you. The strawberry! I mean the strawberry! Ma'am, what else would he think that means? I don't want to know, actually. This is YouTube. Of course, the strawberry. Don't you have something better to do on your days off, mortal? You've so few days left and use them to torment me. It seems a waste. Well, actually, I'm in bed still. In bed? Sunshine, it's nearly evening. You should be having dinner, not lounging. Give a girl a break, Grimmy boy. Pretty sure I'm dying, actually. What? Heh. It's just a cold. I figured I'd stay in bed with Abby and chat with you. How have you let a common cold take you, mortal? Did you go to sleep with wet hair? No. I mean, I don't think so, at least. Did you leave your window open all night? Maybe a smidge. Like a teeny weeny smidge. Just know that a Grim Reaper could sneak in if you wanted to. Very irresponsible. But realistically, even if I were closed, that would not stop me. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Good. These are pianos from 20 stories up and innocent people. Me. May as well add breaking and entering onto your rap sheet as well. I would have told you before that your mortal laws do not apply to me. And even if they did, they would be unable to catch me. I'm like an eel, far too slippery. Ah, yes, slippery eel, Casper. I thought you were giving me eel. I didn't mean it's actually like an eel, minus their slipperiness. No, but there's some similarities there, isn't there? They're like axolotls. Those are kind of similar. They're not similar at all. This is what mortals call a stretch. You're the one who said you were like an eel. I take it back then. Look, Mr. Eel Reaper, it's not matter if I left the window open anyway. I do that all the time, but I don't think it's gonna make me sick. Mr. Eel Reaper. Fine. Did you forget to wear a coat when you left your apartment? It's just a cold, Grim. It happens to everyone. It's super common. It does not happen to everyone. It's an earless purely for mortals. That's what these are. Okay. Quick save. Oh, there's a quick save. Oh, okay, cool. I don't usually utilize quick saves in visual novel games if they have them. Anyway. Sure, but it's not a big deal. It's just been inconvenient. So how does this work? Okay. But hey, it means I can talk to you some more. How so? I don't see what stops you from talking to me when you're well, too. Open your eyes super wide, maybe you'll see. Okay. I'm doing it. My eyes are wider than they've ever been before, and nope, I still don't see how you being sick means you can talk to me more. I'm available no matter how you feel, mortal. In actual fact, you're usually too busy to talk to me. Well, I suppose there is some truth to it. I cannot help but having an unending amount of work, with the cycle of rebirth, birth and death as it is. But I'm always just a message away, and I respond when I'm able. Okay, well, I think you're super distracting. And I spent all my normal days chatting with you and never get anything done. Am I that alluring? Honestly, yes. I do have to admit that over the last few days, I have come to like you more than I probably should. You're an alluring guy, Grimmy. Oh, right. You are very honest today. Honesty is the best policy. I do not see how the policies come into this, but Well, honesty is something I am familiar with, so why does it matter? Why does it make me feel so... Ahem. I'm getting carried away. You're sick. We must get to the bottom of this. Why are you sick? How have you allowed this? I don't know if there's any specific reason. It's just going around, I guess. That is not sufficient for me. How dare something like a cold root take root in you? I appreciate the sentiment, but it's really no biggie. You're accepting this illness too easily. Ah, yes, because I could just totally just look at the illness and just say, no, not allowed. You're not allowed to make me sick on this day. The cold. You must be prepared to fight back against that which wrongs you. Is it your head? Your stomach? I'm bleeding out of my eyes. And my nose. Maybe my ears? What? Call an ambulance immediately. If you do not call in right this instant, I will travel your realm and just do it for you. In fact, I'll make sure you do it. Answer this immediately. Okay, we got him to call us. Sunshine, you have no excuse. Now hurry up and call them. This is awkward. Ah, you're being a trickster, of course. You know what? You'll sorely regret tricking me. Oh, I'm scared now. Am I going to be punished by the big scary reaper? Ha. Wipe that smirk off your face, mortal. You could be a little less excited about the idea of being punished, you know? That is not what I meant anyway. It is not a reaper's job to punish mortals. But it could be. Okay, fine, I surrender. You can always come back to this later, eh? If you keep up your bad behavior, perhaps we will. Get that smoke smile off your face, sir. Maybe I have a few ideas. That can come later. But firstly, so you're actually fine? Well, I am actually sick. I'm not bleeding out of every orifice. And I am tired, despite doing nothing. I like to look cute snuggled up like that. Oh, what's that? Speak up, Grim. Can't hear you when you're mumbling. I said you look cute snuggled up like that. I'm going to melt into my chair and disappear. A cute little Casper puddle. Oh. Do I? Yes. A scary Casper puddle, not cute. It is beyond annoying. How so? I should not find a mortal cute. I'm being created to hunt, to take, to destroy, and to rebuild. Not to be doing whatever it isn't doing. Well, I don't mind. It's nice when you call me cute. Most mortals, I imagine, would find it terrifying. You are unique, Sunshine. To say the least. This is all far beside the point. How could you be sick? I didn't have much choice in the matter. It's not like I saw an ad for sick people near you and rushed right on over. It just happened. Why are you making such a big deal out of it, though? Everyone gets sick. I do not get sick. Like ever? Yes, like ever. Reapers do not get mortal sicknesses. What about Reaper sicknesses? They do not exist. Well, except for soul sicknesses, of course. I cannot accept the sickness or something should be able to touch you except me. Maybe say please. What? Huh? Casper, that's a little forward, buddy. That seems kind of worse than a cold. At least its cause can be pinpointed. You, however, are much weaker than me in that regard. Oh, wait. Or are you not sick for no reason? I hate when you're right, which is most of the time. Ha! You were gonna say lies, weren't you? But that would have been a lie. Shut up. It's more like rarely. Most of the time. Anyway. This simply does not work for me. I do not accept it. Well, not much you can do about it, buddy. Take a walk along our soul birds and chase away from me. That is not possible. Are you sure? It is absolutely not. Have you tried? No. Then you can't be 100% certain, can you? Nothing in life is certain, Casper. Our souls are linked. That is different to being able to take a stroll down your immune system for sightseeing. Which is impossible. Just shoot the ickies off. I cannot. What can you do then? Plenty. Being a doctor is not one of those things. Are you sure? You're a Grim Reaper, and you said you're amazing at things. So you should be good at being a doctor. Just saying. Fine then. Forget me being sick for a second, okay? I have a question. Go ahead. I really like your name. I understand it may be difficult for you to recognize Mortal, but that was not a question. I'm just gonna take a screen cap of his smug face. He's a good-looking guy, what can I say? Here we go. Okay. The definition of a question is a sentence worded or expressed so as to elicit information. What you said was a statement. I know this is a difficult concept. Shut up, Pipsqueak. Shh. I'm getting to it. How'd you get your name? How do you think? You have Reaper parents who gave it to you? No, I have no parents. I have no family at all, technically. Though, many think of their fellow Reapers as their siblings, I suppose. A sentiment I do not share, unfortunately. Yeah, well, in the one ending, I became a Reaper, but I guess we weren't siblings. We were lovers. Anyway. Wait, you don't have parents? Why, did you just spring to existence one day? That's likely the simplest explanation. Huh? No one is sure exactly how we were created. But I have always looked as I have now. There is no childhood or parents are growing up. Yes, I've always been this handsome. I didn't ask. I've always been the Reaper you see now. We had to be created somehow. Likely, yes. But I do not remember it. So how'd you get your name? What if I told you that was classified too? Well, now you know. Casper, you already broke rules telling me your name, didn't you? I chose it for myself. I do not know why or where it came from. It just felt right. I like it. That is appreciated. I also enjoy your name. You know what your name would sound great with? My last name. What? Casper Raven. Isn't that cute? There is no reason for me to take your last name, Mortal. Well, we could just get married. It's on my bucket list. I'm sure there is someone else you'd rather marry. Not really. There's only you. Sunshine, you don't know you're doing to me here. Making you fall hopelessly and completely in love with me? There's one way to get out of our bed, hey? There is no out. Dear gods, you should watch what you say. You might give me a heart attack otherwise. Alright, saying it's true. I must get your soul. If I do not, then someone else will. Can you just lie and say you took it? Gods, what have I got myself into? What you're asking me is my death. To be fair, you're also asking me to die. Yes, I suppose I am. What a position we found ourselves in. Seems a little unfair. I like talking to you, Casper. It's not fair that it has to be over. It's not fair that it has to be over so quickly. I can read. And I know, life is unfair, yada yada. But this sucks. I know, Sunshine. That is the nature of what you are and what I am. You and I are different. I know this, and yet I can't help how you... There are still too many things I'm unsure about for this to be over tomorrow. I'm still looking into your peculiar soul. Time is unforgiving. I have little choice in the matter, just so you know. I exist for this job. I am this job. I am a tool for those more important than myself. I do not decide who should die. I'm just the one who makes sure it happens. Yeah. I actually feel sorry for you. For what reason? You should feel more sorry for yourself. You're stuck where you are. Sure, us mortals live and die and all that. But we're capable of change. We're capable of making decisions that affect our lives. Feels like you can't do anything but keep existing. You're doing the same thing day in and out. Perhaps that is why I've enjoyed this. Enjoyed you. You were a little bit of change. Sunshine, stare at there, it won't be long. Huh? Bloop. Casper? Where'd you go? Hello? There's no response. Confused and slightly annoyed, you shut off your laptop for now. I feel a little lonely all of a sudden. It's a bit of a strange feeling to you. You never thought of your apartment as lonely. You've enjoyed living alone, decorating your rooms to your liking. But right now, it feels a little empty. You get out of bed, legs wobbly, and put your laptop back on your desk. Just in time to make eye contact with someone outside of your window, eyes wide. You hurriedly open the window, and a little shyly, he steps inside. Hello, sir. Casper? Sunshine. Ahem. I told you I'd have no problems coming in. The Grim Reaper's in my apartment. Wait, are you here for my soul? I can hardly take it with you looking as you do. Wow, I look that bad? I didn't mean it like that. You look much more ill in person. Come on, let me help you to bed. He takes your hand, his gloved fingers gentle, and leads you to your bed. He tucks you in carefully, and the feeling of loneliness is instantly replaced with a strange warmness. Being looked after by the Grim Reaper wasn't on your bingo card, but it's not so bad. Yeah, this is adorable, I gotta say. You shouldn't be walking around. Where is your water? I wasn't really feeling like incorrect. Wait here. Casper disappears from view, walking away from your bed and into your kitchen. You're thankful you actually washed your dishes last night. He returns, a glass of water in his hand. Drink. You are unwell, and you must keep yourself hydrated. You know what? I'm gonna drink some water too. I got a water bottle right here. Good water. You know, this is refreshing beverage. w.gg/ and use code Maiden of Ravens. Okay. For 10% off your order. Alright, here we go. Back. Sponsor read over. We're back to this. See, I'm gonna say the sponsor thing in every single video. However, I'm not gonna make a whole segment out of it. I'm just gonna make up for with just an entire video dedicated to the sponsor. Okay. You're unwell and you must keep yourself hydrated. I'll be fine. Of course you will, because I am here. So drink that. Are you hungry? Yeah, I haven't eaten yet. I will prepare you a mortal meal. I don't like how you call it a mortal meal. It is food for a mortal, is it not? Is that any different to what you eat? That is beside the point. I will not be long, so stay in bed, okay? Alright. I will drink more water. Because the weather has been giving me headaches recently, and water is really good. And then he's gone again. Figure disappearing back into the kitchen. Butterflies rise up in your stomach. That's a strange feeling too. Like you're a kid in the schoolyard. You're thinking on this when it starts. Banging, clattering, something falling. Then silence. You stare towards the kitchen. More banging, more clattering. You want to jump out in bed and go see what exactly is going on, but you do feel a little faint. You instead decide to trust in Casper, for better or for worse, and await whatever he considers a mortal meal. It's around 25 minutes later when he reappears. What the hell was all of that? All of what? The banging and clattering and stuff. Your kitchen is a tough beast. It required some reining in. It fought admirably. It's a room, not a beast. Is there any kitchen left? I believe I only started one fire, but I handled the issue myself. The fire alarm needs new batteries then. It does not. But it didn't go off when you started the fire. I pulled it down. You pulled it down? It was a precautionary measure. A precautionary measure would be leaving it up. You knew it was going to go off. If it went off, you would have gotten out of bed. That's true. You are meant to be resting. Just leave the fires to me. Casper makes his way to your side, the smell of food reaching your nose. It doesn't smell terrible, but it does smell burnt, whatever it is. But looking up at him like this, that doesn't matter much. Over video calls, and even when he was at your window, it was hard to tell how, well, handsome he really is. Well-toned arms, a good-looking face, perfect hair. It is you then. How wild the situation is. He looks between you and the bed. What? Okay. Cheeks slightly flushed before he sits down carefully on the edge of it. Here. This is the first time I'm cooking for someone else, so he hands you the plate. On it is, I'm not totally sure at first. It is mortal food, correct? Looking closer, it almost looks like pancakes. Have you ever made this before, Casper? Of course not. I have no time for fancy cooking. Fortunately, I'm good at nearly everything, and I try my hand at. I simply searched on the internet, and I created them perfectly. They're perfect. Yes, I know. Eat up, Sunshine. You need to conserve your strength. Thank you, Grimmy. It is the least I could do. The least? The least you could do is not come over, tuck me into bed, and feed me dinner. I'm gonna be honest. I read the word tuck as a different 4-letter word. Okay, moving on. Jesus Christ. You're sick. What kind of person would it be if I just left you alone? Go on, eat. You look down at the food. You look back at Casper. You look at the food again. And you decide that for him, you'd eat it. Fortunately, it's not burnt all the way through. The middle is raw somehow. Lovely. Still, it's not terrible, and you managed to get it down. So, how was it? It was interesting. You've outdone yourself. Ha, I knew you'd say that. I can do anything I put my mind to. Sure you can, Casper Wesper. You seem to have brightened up a little, but you must be running a fever. Casper takes the plate from you and sets it aside before coming back to sit on the edge of your bed. He looks down at his gloves, conflicted, before he pulls them off. His fingers are long and thin, and his hands are without a single blemish. Of course, knowing Casper, that was a given. Your heart skips a beat as he raises his hand to your forehead. His fingers are cool and refreshing, and you feel yourself almost leaning into his touch. You look up into his eyes, which look back down at you, towards you. You see yourself reflected in those red eyes. He opens his mouth as if to say something, then closes it again. He does this a few times, and you wonder to yourself what exactly he wants to say to you, but he never gets a chance. There's a zap, as if an electric current had just passed between the two of you. Casper pulls his hand back in a flash. What the? Some people say they feel a spark. I didn't think that happened literally. He stares down towards the hands incredulously. Unsure, he reaches back out towards you, his hand finding your cheek. It's not as abrupt this time, but you feel it, like an electric buzz where your skin meets. It must be because of our connection. Our bodies react to our touch. How strange. I've never read anything like it. You lean into his touch again. It feels nice. There's silence between the two of you. Silence that seems to stretch out for far longer than it's really been. It's filled with a common understanding. Tomorrow, you must die. If you don't, then you win the bet, and its soul is yours for the taking. You are two people connected by misfortune, both trying desperately to avoid the inevitable. Sunshine, Yes, Casper? I should go. Reach out and take his hand. Please don't. What? You know, I'm so sick. Who knows what'll happen if you leave me? Please? Okay. The room's even darker now. The sun set some time ago, but you barely even noticed it. You're too concerned with the man in front of you. The man you've come to be quite fond of. I only have one bed, though. I hardly need to sleep anyway. What did you do with me anyway? Sleep with you? Yeah. Wait a second. I mean, literally sleep. Snooze. Catch some Z's. Of course. I knew that, obviously. You're inviting death into bed with you, Sunshine. It never ends well. Not for anyone. I like a challenge. I didn't say it was a challenge. What I'm giving you is a warning. A word of advice. Nothing good can come of this. And I'm listening. I'm just choosing for myself. You said to yourself, I was meant to die a long time ago, right? I think I lived all this extra time to meet you. You take his hand and pull him down beside you, moving over to give him room. No one else has ever laid beside you in this bed like this. He puts his head down on the pillow, staring at you through the darkness. Do you ever wish things were different? Did he take his coat off? Was he wearing the coat? Am I losing it? Oh, I'll check back at the recording. Okay. I wish so many things were different. Like what? Sometimes I wish I was human. Wish I was capable of change, as you put it. I've always been proud of my work. I still am. But it doesn't mean I don't wish for more. For something different. Why not do it? He smiles now. Just slightly. There's sadness behind it. I'm not like you. What would you do if you were human? I would do what I wish to do now more than anything. Something completely foolish. It's good to be foolish sometimes. Get some sleep, sunshine. You feeling better is more important than anything else. Your eyelids feel heavy now. Your heart races. And yet you feel calm. Hey, Abby. Laying beside this man you think you never felt so safe in your life. Ironic, really. When he happens to be the Grim Reaper. You slip away, drifting into a peaceful sleep as you feel his hand is still in yours. You woke up this morning to find Casper gone. At first you stressed out, thinking that something happened to him. Or worse, you imagined him all along. But as it turns out, Casper's just in a crate that doesn't wait for anybody. You found a note on your side table that said he left food in the fridge. You shiver a little, scared, but it's the thought that counts, right? After getting up, stretching, and spending some time with Abby, you notice the flyer under your door. There's a big festival going tomorrow night. Fireworks, stalls, and a fun time await. You sigh just a little, that would be nice, but technically today is the day you're supposed to die. Can you let the flowers more? Doesn't it seem you're doing well? How healthy it is, though after what Casper told you, you're starting to understand why. Oh, Abby's gone. Oh, Abby's probably just exploring the apartment, I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be where we leave this episode off. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you haven't seen the original Date with Death playthrough, please go check it out. Because this is technically a separate playthrough, but I'm still going to title it as I do the other episodes, but I don't know, whatever. Because, like, it's the same story, it's just an expansion on the story. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, consider subscribing, leaving a like, maybe comment on what you want to see me do next. I'm down to do anything, nearly. Like, I play a lot of games, and if I get a suggestion for a game, I'm always down to, like, play it and try it out. Even if I'm not one to enjoy it, I'll just stick, like, one episode for that game. Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop later. Take care, and good night, YouTube.